Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon if you are tuning in from Nigeria. If you're not in Nigeria, perhaps good morning or good evening to you. My name is Emeka Nubis, and this is my channel. This is my Facebook channel. Or if you're on Instagram, if you're on LinkedIn or YouTube, this is my channel. My name is Emeka Nubis. I'm an author and business consultant. Good to have you here. And so every regularly I have conversations with amazing individuals who are doing very great stuff in their own individual spaces in different industries. And today I'm having another conversation with another amazing guy. His name is Israel Alabi. And today we're going to be looking at how you can win grants, fellowships, and scholarships for personal and business success. I'm particularly interested in this because I am now building five different companies, and I think that grants and fellowships and scholarships are necessary if I have to scale. I have done so much with my own personal funds and bootstrapping all along the way, but it's sweet when you have other people's money coming in and free money, so to say, that you're not paying back for. So if you're running a business, if you're building a personal brand, um, there's a way you can win grants and fellowships and scholarships to be able to be more successful in what you're doing in your personal life or your business. So today, this afternoon, um, 12:09 p.m. West African time, Israel Alabi is going to be doing justice to how you can win grants, fellowships, and scholarships for personal and business success. Okay, so if you are tuning in and you're joining us on this live stream, let's know where you are tuning in from. Let's know your name. Let's know your city. And we need you to do just three things for us. Number one is invite your friends. Okay, go invite your friends. Tag them in the comment section. Tag them to be here. Come to partake in this conversation. Number two is please share the live stream. There's a share button beneath the video, beneath the screen. Just click the share button so that you can share it. If you're watching from LinkedIn, you can reshare and it can reach to a wider audience so that more individuals who can know who Israel Alabi is and also partake in the beauty that he's going to be sharing. And then thirdly, as I said, let's know where you're tuning in from. Let's know your city. If you're in Nigeria, please place a comment. Let's know your city, and we can say hello to you. All right. So Richie Amadi, she's tuning in from Owerri, Imo State. All right. That's the first person to place a comment to let us know where she is. Josh Daniels, Abuja, Nigeria. All right. Welcome, guys. So welcome, Israel Labi. Good to have you on the conversation today.
Thank you very much, Didonta.
Glad to have you. All right. Without wasting so much time, let's dive straight into it. I think you have your lecture already prepared for this to stuff us with goodies, and we will be here taking notes. All right. So go ahead, introduce yourself, and dive straight into it. How can we win grants, fellowships, scholarships for personal and business success? We like free money. Tell us how
Yeah.
to get the free money.
All
All
right,
right.
sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Coach. So my name is Israel Alabi. I am a grant strategist and an opportunity expert. And my journey into this field actually started in 2017 as a student in the university. I just came across this opportunity, I think, on social media whereby we could apply to attend the World Business Dialogue in Cologne, Germany in 2017. So I was excited by that opportunity and I felt, oh, I think I should put into this. And then I was just in 200 level thereabouts, 200, 300 level, not really experienced. The only thing I had was maybe passion and then the desire to experience global opportunity. And I decided to apply. So, and then through the whole application process, we had to submit a well-crafted essay, create personal statements, state why we really wanted the opportunity, and many other things like that. In the end, I was selected for the program, and that really pricked my heart, showed me the potential in being able to harness social media and being able to find opportunities because that experience opened my mind to possibilities that I could access, even though I might not have the whole resources by myself, or and then I can leverage other people's resources to move faster, to get to where I want to go faster. Well, fast forward to a few years down the line, in 2021, I was opportune to get grant funding from the USA, that's United States Agency for International Development. I was, we're like 75 companies that got out of a pool of over 500, 600 thereabout. But then we had to make a compelling argument for why we deserved that funding from the USAID. And that's not just it. The Kingdom of the Netherlands in Nigeria, they have something called the Orange Corners Program and the Orange Corners Innovation Fund. I was fortunate to also be part of the final awardees at the program, and we went on with a sizable amount of funding in euros. And last year also, I got a travel abroad grant where I was opportune to go to Germany for a business trip. And when I got there, it really opened my mind. And all these I did without any of my own money. And I realized that wow, this is something that if a lot of persons know about it, if they're able to access grant opportunities for their own personal brand and also for their business brand, it will go a long way to giving them the exposure that they deserve, the connection that they might never have, and the platforms that they might never have had access to. And today I'm going to be sharing my knowledge and my journey of how I've been able to do this, and I've also helped others to do it as well. Like late last year, I was working with a client in the US, and she was like, "Oh, she wanted to also get a grant for her NGO. It's a mental health NGO and stuff like that." And was in Nigeria too, so we worked together. And at the end, she got funding to like five figures in dollars for NGO. So being able to help others also do this, I'll be sharing some of the things I've learned along the way. And I strongly believe that during this short period that we have together, you are going to learn a whole lot. So let's dive right in. So where does this journey start from? It starts from what I call having a personal audit and future visualization process. What does this mean? Personal audits, and then futures visualization. Those are two things joined in one. The first thing is personal audit. You need to ask yourself some questions. Who are you? Because any form of opportunity that is out there, they are looking for specific set of individuals. The question is, are you the person they are looking for? So you need to ask yourself that question. Who am I? If you don't know who you are, you won't be able to sell yourself very well. Until you know who you are, you will always sell yourself short. So to be able to sell yourself very well and access all these opportunities, you need to be very clear about who you are, about what you do. What are you doing? What's in your hand? Do you have a personal brand that you are building? Do you have an NGO that you are working on? Do you have a business, a limited liability company? Do you have maybe it's a limited partnership company that you have? Do you have an agency that you are running on the side? You need to know what you have. You need to know what you are doing. Why are you doing what you are doing? These are questions you should ask yourself. Why are you doing it? Then where are you going to? That is the other part, the futures visualization. Because anybody that is going to invest in you, that's going to give you opportunities, give you scholarships or funding, whatever it is, they want to know what impact are you trying to make and how can we help you make that impact? That's the question they're asking. So you need to ask yourself, where are you going to? So with my business that we use to get grants for some of these international organizations, one of the questions we have to ask ourselves is that what impact do we want to make in the society? Oh, we found the problem. It's in the agricultural sector. Social media analysts, experts, thought leaders have said that the next billionaires and trillionaires in Africa is going to come from agriculture. Fine, but what is the state of agriculture in Nigeria today? We know it's a sorry state. Youths are running away from anything agriculture. Why? Because it looks dirty. It looks like it's only the poor that they are in agriculture. It looks like it's the old and the weak and the frail that are in agriculture. How can we transform this sector so that youths will be interested in agriculture? So that was the problem we want to solve. That is where we are going to. So we want to provide tools that when you have access to these tools and technologies, you realize, oh, I can be a farmer, but I don't need to be on the farm 247. I can have some tools on my farm that are going to give me real-time update of what is happening on my farm. I can have technologies I can deploy that will help me to track my records and also give me well-designed data about how I'm managing my operations, my staff, my expenses, my income, and all this other stuff. So with these tools and technology, we realize, oh, technology, agriculture can be made more interesting to farmers. And then when we find these organizations, they're like, oh, wow, you have a very solid case. You have a problem that you've identified, and you are clear about where you are going to. You want to make agricultural sector very attractive to youths and also make it easier and faster and better for the older generation that are still in agriculture. So you need to be very clear where you are going to. Where you are is very important, but where you are going to is much more important. That is a chance for you to change the world. So you need to be able to create this concept of the world that you dream about, the impact that your organization, that your work can do. You know, a lot of persons actually look down on what they do. Maybe because they might not have as much influence or as much authority, or they think not enough persons know them, so they look down on what they do. But today I'm challenging you to see the beauty, to see the potentials in what you do. Because unless you're able to see the potential in what you do, you won't be able to communicate it very well to people out there. So you need to do your personal audit, know who you are, know where you are in your journey. Have you started? Well, if you've not started, it will be very difficult for people to help you. There is this adage that we always say that heaven helps those who help themselves. Not just heaven now. International organizations, grant funders help those who are helping themselves. So if you want people to help you, start helping yourself. It's very, very important. If you want people to help you, start helping yourself. That is the first step. Now, the second step is also very, very important, and that is why I'm grateful for this platform that I'm on today by Jidon, because you need to create a solid digital presence for yourself and for your brand. About for some years now, I've been trying to get a particular opportunity, but I've not been successful. So last year, one of my coaches, online coaches, posted that she has been trying to get the opportunity to, and she was not successful. So I was surprised, like, are you serious? This is my coach. I follow her, and she's saying that she also applied for this opportunity. She did not get it. Oh, who am I? Then somebody came to the comment section. I was like, oh, there are reasons why people don't get some opportunities. And one of them is what they talk about. So because of the person, was just like, oh, although some Nigerians always feel like, okay, God, it is all about God, is who they want. Those opportunities are skewed. If they don't want you, we are not going to be selected and stuff like that. So I reached out to her. I was like, oh, I think I will really want to know more, because I've actually applied for some opportunities. I've been successful in some areas, but I want more success. I've gotten some funds, but I want more. I've gotten on some platforms, but I want to get on more platforms. So how can I do this? And when I reached out to her, she was like, when you apply for opportunity, one of the first things those people will do is to check your social media platform, whether it's Facebook, whether it's LinkedIn. But for funders, especially if you want grant funding and fellowships, your LinkedIn is first. And then they want an extra social media platform, which could be Facebook. Some, if you are very active on Instagram as a videos or pictures person, you can use that option. She said, they will check your social media to confirm that what you have said is true. So I started asking myself, oh, I think I've not been doing so much. Because no matter how much you think you are doing, you come across some situation and realize, oh, I've not been doing enough. So she said, if you say you are helping 1,000 farmers, when they go on your social media page, they want to verify, but they won't tell you. They will only ask you to submit your social media handles, and you think, oh, maybe it's just for fun. But they will go on your social media pages and profiles and check, oh, how many farmers has this person has been talking about? Does he even have picture of him on the farm on his social media page? Is he on the farm? Can I see him on the farm? Can I see the farmers he's been talking to? What is the feedback? What has been the feedback so far from these farmers he's interacting with? So not just that, they want to see what you are doing in other areas too. Okay, so are you actively engaging your community in different aspects? I was like, oh wow, I've not been thinking about this. I just do my things, I take pictures, I keep them in my drive. She said that's not the way to do it. Because if you are telling me you've done this and your friends can testify, people around you can testify, but your social media platform is not testifying to it, they won't select you. So I was like, wow, I really need to change. So when I organized my program earlier this year, I did it on social media from the beginning to the ending stages. Everything was on social media because I learned that lesson that you need to have a solid digital presence. And when we are talking about digital presence, you need to know that you need to be very professional. You need to be very professional. One thing that I've learned so far is that your appearance determine how people will address you. How you are dressed is the way you'll be addressed. How you appear is the way people are going to approach you and they are going to size you up. So you need to appear professional on your social media pages. You should not be having, you know, we have a lot of experts, and even the John has talked about this a whole lot. Someone that I follow and listen to, he has talked about your appearance on social media. Don't go cheap when you want to appear on social media. If you want to receive funding of $10,000, you must look it. If you are not looking like you deserve the money, no one is going to give you. You must look the part. You must look the part. When I was younger, I used to feel, oh, if somebody is struggling and you want to help the person, you should help the person like that. But I realized that the world is not like that at all. If you want to be helped, you must deserve it. So if you want somebody to give you grant funding, $50,000, $75,000, you need to look like someone who can handle such amount of funding. You need to look very presentable, organized, calm, clear about what you are looking for, composed, being able to deliver your information in a clear manner, in a captivating manner. Your appearance on social media is very, very important. And I also learned another thing. When you want to appear on social media, you have important programs, you have events you want to stream. Look for places that will improve your appearance. It's all about packaging. It's all about packaging. The way you package yourself is the way people will buy you. If you package yourself cheaply, they'll buy you cheaply. If you package yourself in an expensive manner, they are going to price you, they are going to buy you in an expensive manner. So you need to be very serious on social media. You need to tell your story too. You need to tell your story. Show traction. What have you done? Most times we look at the quantity of what we are doing, but we ignore the level of impact that it is making on a little scale. So it's not just about the quantity, 10,000 people, 5,000 persons, 25,000 persons. Even if it's 5 persons, what is the impact you're having on their lives? Okay, you worked with 2 clients, they were able to secure opportunities for their business, and their business moved forward. That is a very beautiful story because you've made an impact in the life of one person. Share that story, share it, and share it all over again. It's your story. When founders go on your social media page and they read the story of someone who was at the point A before struggling, and then you came into the picture, and at the end of the story, the person is in a better place. They think, okay, if we can provide this person with more resources, he will be able to magnify his impact. So don't just look at the quantity, look at the amount of impact that you are making on a smaller scale. That's the second thing that you really need to consider. Now, another thing that is very vital if you want to receive uh, opportunities and attract many opportunities is finding a problem. You need to have affinity for spotting problems. In today's world, it is a problem solving world. If you cannot identify the problem, you will have a hard time getting opportunities. Because whether it's for fellowship, whether it's for scholarships, whether it's for grant funding, they are very particular about the problem you are solving. What problem are you solving? And if you look around today, you see many problems. Look at the agricultural sector. I talk about the agricultural sector because that's my sector. As a student, as a graduate, that's my sector. And then when I graduated, I've also been practicing in the agricultural sector for over 4 years now. So I talk about the agricultural sector. We have lots of problems there. But look at the health sector. All you only need to do is to go on social media, any social media platform, and you will see the problems in the health sector. Is it about the infrastructure that is not ready? Is it about the staff and the way they treat people? Is it about the resources that are not available? Just think about any sector. It's in the fintech sector. Now it's even becoming scary to do transfer or pay money online because if the money should land somewhere, you are the one that will pay for it, not your company, your financial company, not the other person you are trying to make trans. It is you, the customer, that will bear the problem. So a lot of people are scared that if this transaction should hang now, who will pay for it? Nobody's going to answer for it. So if they're not able to trace it, it is your loss. That's another problem. And it's a very big problem because if millions of people are very scared of performing financial transactions, how will vendors sell? How will they make money? But if you're able to spot that problem and find a way to solve it, you'll be attractive to not just customers, but to people who give opportunities. So you need to be very particular about problems around you. And the way you talk about your problem matters a lot. And you don't need to, sometimes you don't need to look too far when it comes to identifying problems. It can be something around you. And for instance, I like to tell stories. So one of the main reason why I decided to choose the problem I wanted to solve as an agri-tech entrepreneur was because of a problem that was very close to me. My mom raised chickens on a regular basis as an added source of income. So I still remember very well, it's been a very long time ago now. We went to church, we went for a church program, and we came back home. And I think we had around 200 chickens at that time. And we came back, and more than 100 had died. Like it was traumatic that day when we came and we were like, are you serious? We went to a church program, and now all these chickens are dead. We're like, you know what? We cannot waste these chickens. We are going to fry them, and we are going to eat some of them. After we did like 20, we're ridiculously tired. After several hours, we're like, no, it's not possible. We have to go and bury these things, put them in a dump pit and stuff like that. So it was very traumatic for us. You are struggling, and then you have 200 chickens and 100 that, and you cannot really trace it to anything. So when I got to the university and I started studying agricultural engineering, and I understood its stress, I was like, oh, that was the problem. It's stress. Because these 200 chickens were in a space that should not contain more than 70, 80. At most, should not pass 100. So there was overpopulation in stocking the beds. And that was the problem. And then the room was not well aerated. So they were suffering from heat stress. They could not breathe. So I was like, oh, if we are able to get a device that can actually inform us about the temperature and the environmental conditions of a poultry house, I will be able to solve it. So I found the problem very close to me and I decided to solve it. And I found people who wanted to help me push the solution on a larger scale. So this is a challenge for you. You need to look around you. What problem are you solving? If you've not thought about it before, if you are just on social media posting or you are just running your agency, you need to ask yourself, what problem am I solving? Who am I solving it for? Because these are the questions that funders are going to ask you. Which problem are you trying to solve? Or people have low self-esteem, you want to work on their confidence level so that they're able to communicate with clarity and with conviction, and they're able to talk very well. And by doing so, they can sell themselves better, they can earn more income, they can build bigger influence. People want to listen to you. So find a problem. That's on one end. The second thing is that you must connect it to the SDGs. The SDGs are the Sustainable Development Goals. what some people call the global goals. Do you even know what they are? If you don't know what the SDGs are today, it will be very difficult for you to get grant funding, especially from international organizations, because most of them are particular about achieving the global goals. There are 17 in number, and these are the goals put together by the United Nations to, to reduce the problems in the society, problems such as poverty. There's increased poverty in the land. How can we reduce poverty? There is hunger. People are hungry. And if you see the statistics about hunger, it's mind blowing. How can we reduce the amount of hunger in the land? Good health and well-being. People are not all right. We have illnesses, we have different problems, communicable diseases, preventable diseases, treatable diseases, and different forms of diseases. We have different challenges. So people are not awesome. This is where mental wellness also comes in. Good health and well-being. We have quality education. There are lots of people on the street, and some statistics say Nigeria has one of the highest number of out-of-school children in the world. These are big problems, and this international community, they are very concerned about it. Gender inequality is everywhere. The female folk most times or sometimes are not able to access opportunities because of societal conditioning, because of their low level of education, because of low access to information. So there's a lot of problems. And the international community is concerned about these global goals. So you need to ask yourself, this problem I'm solving, how is it connected to these global goals? Because unless it's connected and you can state the connection in very clear terms, people will not pay attention to you. So let's go back to my story about the agri-tech product I was working on. Now, how does this agri-tech problem, this heat stress problem, faced by my mom then? And when I look around, I realize that she's not the only one. In fact, I was in the vehicle with a special assistant to a governor on agriculture some times ago. And she said, you know, you people are not even very serious about the problem you are solving, because my friend has a farm, and obviously a special assistant's friend are not going to lack money. So they have money to get the medications, to get the right feed, to get workers to work on the farm regularly. And she said one time she just came around and she found hundreds of her chickens dead. So she was like, this your solution will be very important to this woman. If you're able to sell it very well. So now that is a problem. It's stress. How does it connect to the global goals? Beautiful. Now, when a farmer loses his chickens, his birds to heat stress, it reduces the amount of profit. Before you get profit, the amount of income you can even get from the business. So that means it increases his exposure to poverty. Now, the higher the heat stress he suffers from, that is the higher the number of chickens he loses, leading towards the higher his propensity to be poor, because he's not going to make more money from what he's selling. Now, if he's not able to make more money from what he's selling, so that means his income is low, his profit also will either be low or non-existent. So he can't even make any profit. That means he can't grow, he's limited. If he's limited, he cannot give quality education to his children. Now I've connected to goal 4. He cannot give quality education to his children. And if he's also poor, he doesn't have enough money to feed himself very well, cannot feed his family, he's going to be suffering, and then he's going to have problems with his health, good health and well-being. Now, when I tilt this problem towards female farmers, now we have gender inequality. So one small problem, I've connected it to like 5 goals. And then I can also talk about partnership for the goals, which is goal 17. So we have to work with different partners in this sector, in that sector. Then we work together, we collaborate to be able to deliver this solution. So you need to ask yourself, this problem I'm solving, how does it connect to the global goals? The global goals are very, very important. Very, very important. So when you are talking today, they want to know what goal are you solving? How are you solving this problem? How will you measure your impact? Those are the things that they really care about. Now, after you are clear on that, we move to the next one, which is crafting a solution in an attractive, affordable, and easily accessible manner. Craft your solution in an attractive, affordable, and accessible manner. People have understood their problems. Now they are listening to you as a potential solution to their problems. But how do they interact with your solution? You need to create products. You need to productize your solution. Productize your solution so that people can pay you. If you don't productize your solution, it will be very difficult for people to pay you. So you can create hardware solutions, you can create software tools. Your solution can be a community. And if you are working in maybe in the soft services, your solution can be online materials, soft materials that people can get access to develop themselves. But you must productize it. And when you are productizing it, it has a price attached at a price level that is not too much and is not too small so that people will ignore it. Because in today's world now, pricing is very, very important. The way you price your products will determine the number of persons who are able to access it. If you don't price it very well, it might be too expensive, and a lot of people like, oh, it's way out of my pocket, and I won't be able to afford it. And some persons will feel, oh, this thing is too cheap. It's not possible. It's quality. It's not original, and we have that problem rife in the society today. So you need to be able to price appropriately, such that a sizable number of persons can get it. And that leads us to the market. You need to be able to analyze the market. What is the size of this market that I'm playing in? What is the size of the market? If you are creating solution for youth today, what is the amount of youth that we have in Nigeria today? If that is your total addressable market. So now we are talking about some terminologies, total addressable market. What is the largest number of persons who can get your product across Nigeria? Or if you are very ambitious, maybe across Africa. Now we have to come down to your serviceable available market. How much of this market can you reasonably serve in within your locality? So for instance, if you have a physical product, you might not be able to serve the whole of Nigeria at the same time, but you might be able to serve your state. So maybe it's or your state or Lagos state. So that defines your serviceable available market. Now, out of this, your serviceable available market, how much of these customers can you target? How much of this market, how much of the share of the market can you share from? What's your market share, your projected market share that you think you can get from this market? Also, your state, maybe we have like 2 million youth. So out of these 2 million youth, I think I should be able to target 1% of them, which is like 20,000 on a monthly basis or on a yearly basis. If I'm able to serve 20,000 youth, I think I have a large enough market for my product. So productizing your solution will help you, and then linking it with the market. Now, after you've done this, you've productized the solution, you need to be able to tell good stories. Tell good stories. People are looking for stories. There's this quote that I really like. It says, stories sell, facts tell. When I started on this journey, I liked stating facts. Nigeria is a this country, full stop. You should understand. I have this challenge, full stop. Two persons have this challenge. Telling facts. People don't care about facts. People forget facts very fast. But when you tell stories, stories move the heart. Stories move the heart. Oh, so I've told the story of how got started with my agri-tech startup. I've told the story of how I was able to get some opportunities. I've told the story of this. You'll be able to tell a compelling story because it is your story that will connect you to your audience. The quality of your story will determine the level of connection with your audience. And there are some frameworks that you can use to make your story very effective. So I'll quickly discuss two frameworks. Let's talk about the PAS model, the problem, agitate, solve model. When you are telling your story, problem, agitate, solve. What does this mean? The problem. What problem are you solving? Agitate the problem. What is the worst thing that is going to happen if you don't solve this problem? Introduce the solution. So let's take an example. In the health sector, there are limited number of ambulances in medical facilities all over Nigeria. That is the problem. If we agitate the problem, so without enough ambulances, what's going to happen? We are going to be losing tens or hundreds of people to preventable diseases or preventable accidents, problems, treatable illnesses, maybe on a monthly basis. So you can't call ambulance. There's no 911 in Nigeria, so you can't call ambulance if there's a problem. There's no way to rush the victim to the hospital quickly. So you are going to lose the person, even though we might have saved the person's life. So we agitate the problem, and what happens? We are losing our talent. We have stories of people who had maybe just cuts or they have difficult breathing. But because there was no first aid box around, there were no ambulances around, we don't have enough trained personnel, we don't have enough health information in the public, people they just die. They just die. I experienced one when I was in school, and the woman was had difficulty in breathing. She was gasping for breath, and they tried to rush her to the clinic, and they camped around her in the car, and they also rolled up the glasses. Someone who is struggling to breathe, you also sat at the two sides and you rolled up the glasses. So you've even kept more air outside, and you are giving her still air. So they reported her as BID. Now imagine if we had enough health information in the public, we had enough trained personnel, we have ambulances that you can quickly call and say, "Oh, there's a problem," and then they meet you halfway and rush the person to the hospital. Maybe we would have saved that person's life. You agitate the problem. So if it's the breadwinner of the family and we lose the person to a treatable illness or injury or accident, that means the family is going to suffer terribly. And in an economy like Nigeria that is uncertain, look at the amount of stress and struggle that will happen to the family. The children will have to start struggling, every man for himself. When the person everyone knows is out of the way, nobody cares about you. So you can't be relying on family or friends or churches or people like that. You have to stand on your own. So it exposes them to stress and it reduces their chances in life. Unless probably they are very determined, they're able to spot some opportunities, they're able to find mentors that can help them. So you agitate the problem. So when they see the scale of the problem, now multiply this across different states in Nigeria. Agitate the problem. Now the solution. What is the solution? Okay, we have a platform where a health platform, a tech-based health platform that people can easily reach, maybe with just a USSD code, or maybe with just their mobile app, and they can just type the problem, dial the USSD code, and it calls the nearest hospital or it calls the nearest clinic and notifies them there's a problem, or it seeks for a solution like that. Now people want to pay attention to you. The problem, you agitate the problem, you solve it. Someone who has insufficient income will not be able to take advantage of opportunities, even though they are cheap. So that means the person will remain in that cycle of poverty. The person cannot grow. So if you're able to find a solution to help the person increase his income, then that means you are giving the person a leverage to win at life. Because if the person has more money, the person can take advantage of opportunities, can get access to mentors, can buy courses, can join platforms and the person can grow. And as the person grows, the person can make more money. So the problem, you agitate the problem and you solve it. That's on one hand. Another framework that has really worked for me and really worked for you is what we call the STAR model: the situation, the task, the action, and the result. The situation, the task, the action, the result. So this gives us a more robust view of what you have done and what you want to do. What is the situation on ground? Oh, we had issues. Companies, for instance, companies want to grow, but they don't have enough resources to grow. That is the situation. What is the task? They can look for funding opportunities, grants, equity investors, loan companies to grow their business. What is the action that you took? I decided to set up a consultancy firm to help organizations access grant funding, get access to fellowship, connect to opportunities, and grow their business without having to think about the aftermath of paying back the loans or the tension from equity investors. What is the result? Companies that I work with are able to get increase their capital base, they're able to get better talent, recruit talent for the organization, they're able to serve more customers, and able to increase their profit by 20-30%, get one or two new recruits. Now, you see that model. You can also use it to describe what you have done in the past. What was the situation? I realized that lots of youth in the society, especially at a point in time during and after COVID, everybody was thinking, oh, school na scam, school na scam. If you go to school, you're a scam. Why waste your time going to school? But then I realized, oh, no matter how much they say school na scam, everybody is still sitting down to write JAMB. People in the university are paying to graduate. People outside are paying to come inside. So that means people will continue to be in the university, whether you shout school na scam or not. So then, so what is the task? Find a way to inspire these youths, those about to enter the university, and those in the university to maximize their stay in the university, maximize your studies, and also maximize beyond studies, grow beyond studies. So what was the action I took? Firstly, I wrote a book called First Class Age to share my story and the story of my best friend who also took maximum advantage of his university education, and from there took him outside the country. Oh, so aside from that, I also organized a conference. It was virtual, then it was physical, to help youth understand that there is life in school and out of school. But if you are in school, use school as a leverage, as a platform for the outside world. Use it to prepare for where you are going to. Don't waste it. Use it and maximize it. So, what is the result? I've been able to sell over 100 copies of the First Class Edge, and people keep sharing their testimonies with me about how they've been able to think differently about the courses they are doing, though they did not like it before. And aside from that, people traveled from 6 states for the conference I had in May, and the feedback before the program even finished was mind blowing. People kept sharing on social media, oh, my creation story, my creation experience. That is the result. When as I'm telling it, are you not more interested? Oh, so what is this person talking about? Oh, he has a book, the First Class Age. Oh, he had the program, Creation, and people came. Wow, from 6 states. Now you've seen the framework, the situation that was on ground. Now the task that was before me to inspire youth to maximize their education. What was the action that I took? I published a book. I also organized a summit, and then I made it physical the following year, which is this year. And then at the end, we got results, testimonials, people doing better after the program. Star model. It works. So you can use that to tell your story too. So when you want to post on social media, when you want to apply for these opportunities, you deploy either the PAS model, the problem, agitate, solve, or the STAR model, the situation, the task, the action, and the result model. The next thing is you need to use data to your advantage. Use data to your advantage. You know, we don't really, in our culture, we don't really like talking about data or figures. We don't like it. We like saying, Plenty people came for the program. I got plenty money. I saw lots of people, but this number are ambiguous, they are complex. People don't know how to make sense of them. People want to know the figures, they want to see the numbers. The numbers make a lot of sense. Okay, the Don said he organized conversation with Don at 42, 5,000 persons was his planned attendees, the potential participants, but the hall was filled to the brim. Oh wow, 5,000 persons live. That gives you a sense of his influence and a sense of his impact. Oh, he had the VIP intensive, 100 persons, they came around, they paid 50K. Oh, wow, you have a sense of what has happened. And also the online version that is coming up. Oh, this is how much you are going to, this is the number of persons that have taken advantage now. You have a sense of number. If 10 persons have taken advantage, I should take advantage too. So you have a sense of idea about what you are doing. Oh, I said I've sold 150 copies of the first class edge. Oh wow. So that means I'm not the first person to get the first class edge. So if I get the first class edge today, I'm in good company. I'm in good company. Okay, so we want to help farmers. And by introducing our tools to farmers, we can increase their profit by 20%. 20%. So someone that was making a little amount of money before can increase his income by 20%. Data. Data is very, very important. Don't just be throwing numbers around. So if you want to tell the story of your impact, how many people were you able to impact? So at the events I held in May, we had over 150 persons in attendance, and they came from 6 different states of Nigeria for the first physical edition of the program. Oh, now you have an idea. Oh, 150 persons came for the program. It's just the first time, and they came from 6 states. So imagine what the second edition is going to be like. Oh, and with more publicity, and with more funds, with more serious volunteers, what impact and what amount of persons will be part of the program? So using data helps you to paint a better picture. So when you say, okay, we have 200 million persons in Nigeria, out of this number, over 100 million are youths between the ages of 15 and 24. Now I'm telling a better story. And now this solution I'm creating for this youth, I'm targeting just 100,000 youths within a 1 year or 2 year period. And by going through my program, this youth will be able to increase their income by 100% within 6 months. Now you are telling a better story than just saying, I want to help millions of youths in Nigeria. Then at the end of the training, they'll be able to increase their income by a large amount. Large amount is not quantifiable. You need to use data to your advantage. In everything you do, use data. I was the class rep for 5%. I organized a program for 20%. Use data to your advantage. Another thing is this: you need to have a winning mindset. A winning mindset. I learned this thanks to my coaches and mentors and all. When I started this opportunities journey, it was not always easy. That's just the truth. Because it's what Jim Rohn calls the law of averages. You are successful to an extent. So the more you try, the more you increase your possibility of winning. So it's not guaranteed that you will win when you try. But if you don't try, you don't win. It's guaranteed that if you don't try, you don't win. But when you try, you increase your possibilities of winning. So if you have a winning mindset, it helps you. So when I started and I tried this, I tried that, I tried this one, sorry, this one, we are sorry to inform you, this one, we regret to inform you. We call them love letters, love letters. You just see them and then your mood for that day is affected. So then I was like, I think I'm going to stop this opportunities journey. Then my mentors made me realize it's not always that way. The thing is, if you learn from your mistake, you've won. That's just it. It's just not in the way you've seen it. If you learn from your mistake, it's not more failure. It's failure when you fail to learn from it. So your mistake becomes failure when you fail to learn from it. So, okay, wow. So why did I fail that? Why did I fail? And that happened, really. I applied for one opportunity, and then I never know that they've selected the winners. It was just a friend of mine that she just posted like, oh, we've started program. Like, wait, you started which program? Is it the one I applied for? Say yes. Did not even inform me that they did not choose me. What happened? So she was like, she doesn't know. And at that time, I'd started something, but she had not even started anything. So I was like, are you serious? No problem. So I tried to look at what could have gone wrong. I could not find anything. But I said, okay, maybe because I've not done much, maybe because I did not tell a better story. So the next time I applied again, did not choose me. What is happening? So I now said, okay, you know what? Let me go back to the instructions. So I started reading the instructions one after the other. Then I saw a place that was not very visible. It said you must be resident in Lagos or your business must be in Lagos. I was like, oh, just this information, your business must be in Lagos or you must be resident in Lagos. So I was applying, oh, I'm from Ibadan, I'm in Ibadan, and this and that. But that very important criterion says you must be resident in Lagos or your business must be in Lagos. I said, beautiful. When I learn from my mistakes, it's not a failure anymore. The next time I applied, I got into the program. And I was one of the eventual winners of the program. By what? By learning from my mistake. Learn, adopt the mindset of a winner. And one book that really helped me, I always recommend it to people. Everyone I've recommended the book to has always shared testimony. Mindset, the new psychology of success. That book is very powerful. It's written by Prof. Carol Dweck. Mindset, the new psychology of success. I used to think that maybe because I'm smart, things should be easy for me. So if I try it and it's difficult, it means it's not meant for me. And that book showed me that because I'm smart is why I should take more time to learn it. So if it's difficult for me at the first time, I must try again until I succeed. So I was like, oh wow, I thought if it's difficult for me, I should drop it. The book says no. If it's difficult for you, as a smart person who wants to succeed, you work on it and dedicate more time to it until you succeed. I was like, oh wow, that is very nice. Now I know where my problem has been. I always think if it's difficult enough for me. And I changed my mind. The book made me realize that I'm never a finished product. I used to think, oh, maybe I'm a finished product. I've gotten to the peak. I'm nice. I'm awesome and stuff like. He said, no. Okay, you've gotten a travel abroad grant opportunity. Some person have gotten 10. Why don't you think you can get like 5? You're a work in progress. Get better. Oh, you've gotten grants running like, oh, 100,000, 200,000 for clients. Can't you get more clients? Can't you get more grants for your businesses? Can't you come up with more businesses? The mindset of a winner. When you have the mindset of a winner, you continue to push yourself, you continue to get better. You don't stop for anything, you just want to get better at what you do. And another very important point is opportunity favors the bold and risky. Opportunity favors the bold and risky. So let me tell this story quickly. So there's this story. I shared it on my Facebook page this morning. One of the programs that really contributed to my growth was the Venture and Management program by Junior Achievement Nigeria that I was a part of in 2020. Now, in 2019, I was serving, I was in Nasarawa State, I was serving Nigeria and stuff like that. But after my mentor mentioned Lagos Business School, and I searched online, I realized, oh, Lagos Business School is one of the best business schools in Africa, and part of the top 50 all over the world. I was like, oh, wow. I think I need to be part of this school. And then I checked him, I was like, oh boy, this money is too much. But it was in my heart, I kept thinking about it. Then I saw the one that I was searching online, opportunities for corpers. Boom, I just saw the first result, venture and management program. Second one, venture and management. Third one, I said, okay, let me check this venture and management. What's it about? So I decided to apply. So it was long. You have to give a TEDx speech. And in fact, anytime I read that speech, I always smile in myself because I really wrote it as if I was delivering a TEDx speech. I talked about the problem, talked about the solution, talked about what I've done so far, talked about what I can do in the future. I really talked about it and I submitted. And also, I want other things that I submitted as well. So we did the interview because they had to grade us. We were like 1,000 plus, 1,002 thereabout that applied. And they had to scale us down, because they were looking for just 50. So we did the interview. I could not go for the physical interview because it held in Lagos. I'm in Nasarawa State, so we did a phone interview. It was very tense. When you are tense, you are not sure of what the other person is looking for, but I had to put in a good show. Then one day, I just checked. I was in school that time. I think it was after closing time. I just checked my mail. They said, "Congratulations, you have been selected to attend Lagos Business School for the Ventures Management Program. But you must respond to this mail by 12." And I checked my time, it was 2 p.m. Wow, 2 p.m. and the deadline was 12. I was like, is this is not possible. It's not possible. Something that I've dreamt about, looked forward to. Lagos, no, it's not possible. So I went on the mail. I said, first of all, I must reply this mail. And I replied to I said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just saying it. And one of the conditions was that you need to pay a 5,000 naira non-refundable fee to show your commitment. And at that time, because I was learning, I've already paid for like 3 certification courses at that time. So I had no money on me. And I saw the deadline had passed. It was already past two. So I said, oh, firstly, I don't have the 5,000. Secondly, the time has passed. But I told myself, no, this opportunity cannot pass me by. So the first thing I did was I called a friend of mine. I was like, hey, hello, sister. See, this opportunity, I've been looking for it. And it just came. And I don't have money, but I must apply for this opportunity. So please send me 5,000 naira. I will sort it when Alawi comes out or when my other income comes in. So with that, I started running to the cyber cafe. So, and she really helped me because I've also been a very good friend. So she helped me with the money. As I was getting it, I was like, wait, if I pay this money, the deadline had passed. So if I paid this money, what if they said the deadline has passed? Why did I pay? They told me that deadline. Why should I pay? I was just doing stronger. I said, okay, that's possibility. So I lose the 5,000. What if I pay and they're like, okay, they favor me, they pardon me because I was sincere and all. So you know what I'm going to do? I will pay this 5,000 naira. If I lose it, I lose it. So I kept calling the number attached to it. Oh, they didn't even pick the number. I called like 5, 6 times. They did not pick it. I was like, well, I'll pay this money. Me, I'll pay this money. I'll send the mail. I'll start preparing for Lagos. You cannot pass me by like that. So I paid and I just left in my mind that well, I've done what I think was the best. I think it was around midnight. I just got a mail. First assignment. Oh boy, Lagos, here I come. And that's why I came down to Lagos from Nasarawa State in February 2020 for that program. And that program really challenged my mind. Oh boy, when I 50 persons, there was someone who had gone to Google headquarters like twice. One person had double first class honors. When I got into the room, I was like, think about your life. That's kids. I was like, God, you've not been doing anything. Because these persons, all of them youths, maybe none has reached 30 or a little above 30 at that time, doing amazing stuff. One at the company already employed like 5, 6 persons. I'm like, wait, I'm serving in Nasarawa. I was happy that I was serving my fatherland. No, I need to do more than I'm doing. But now look at the story. I used to say, I've said it on my social media many times. A different me came out from that program. A different me. When I came out from the program, I was like, it cannot be business as usual. I came back, I started organizing events, started turning my potential into products, organizing events, writing books, writing consistently on social media. So look at that opportunity that skyrocketed me. And I got access to new network. And then I've done a lot of things with the friends I made from that opportunity. Now look at it. If I had looked at it that, oh, the time had passed, it was already 2 p.m. and the deadline was 12. And I didn't have the money, and I said, oh, I don't have money, let the money just pass like that. I would have missed the opportunity. And maybe I will not be where I am today because I've never forgotten how I felt because I was overwhelmed the first 2 days. But then I realized, wait, for me to be in this room means I'm doing something great. And then I can get better. I can get better to where I'm going to. So you need to understand that opportunity favors the bold and opportunity favors the risky. You must be willing to take risk. You must be willing to take risk if you really want to win. Lastly, you need to be authentic and original. Nobody's like you. That's just the truth. You are unique. So tell your story in a unique manner. Look at the way I've told my stories now. They are unique to me. They are unique to me. So tell your stories too in a unique manner. I've not experienced your challenges. I've just shared my own challenges too. So share your own challenges in a unique manner to you. Share it. Talk about your opportunities. Talk about what you are doing in an authentic manner. Don't try to panel beat it or sugarcoat it because you think that's what they are looking for. No, that's not what they are looking for. They are looking for uniqueness. They are looking for authenticity, originality in what you are doing. And they want to see the passion in how you are doing it. That's what they are looking for. So give that to them. Be original. Be original. Don't just Don't just be like, oh no, let me just extend it small, add to it here, cut it like this. That's not what the world is looking for. The world is looking for you, your unique story. And then you need to join relevant communities. I can't emphasize this enough. Join relevant communities. I've gotten lots of opportunities by being in the right communities. You need to understand that information flows in circles. Information flows in circles. There are some information that you won't see outside. Somebody will just call you, oh, look at this opportunity. Some of the opportunities I've gotten today were sent by some of my mentors and in the communities I found myself. In fact, I'm in some communities where they share job opportunities. They just be like, oh, one of my friends is looking for a CFO, this one is looking for a financial this thing. So if you know someone, you recommend for them. If you don't know anybody, so I'm just trying to say that information flows in circles. Information flows in communities. So you need to join the right communities. You need to build a community around yourself. And there is this one, I think I should end with this story. When someone just nominated me on a page, it was one of my coach, the phenomenal woman. She just nominated me. I just came online that day. I saw phenomenal woman tagged you on Facebook. Okay, let me check. They said they should indicate youth, passionate youth that are doing something in the society that will be part of the Gotney scholarship program, the leadership scholarship. I was like, oh wow, this looks interesting. And when I checked it, over 200 persons have already dropped their own comments already. I was like, oh boy, and they're looking for just 50. No, I think it was 20. I think it was 20. I was like, oh boy, this I'm over 200%. Let me try. Let me try. So if my coach had not nominated me that time, I wouldn't have seen it. In fact, I never knew anything about Gottlieb or Dr. Linus. But when she nominated me, I was like, oh wow, this looks very interesting. For her to nominate me, let me try. And then over 200 persons have already applied. I said, no, I will still put my own. I'll tell my story in a compelling manner. Nobody's me. Nobody's trying to do what I'm trying to do. If they are doing it, I'm doing it in a different manner. I'm bringing my own uniqueness into the game. So I crafted my story, what I've done so far, what I'm looking to do. I'm very clear about where I'm going to. Anytime I'm clear about where I'm going to. I may not be there yet, but I'm clear about where I'm going to. And when you meet me, I'm able to communicate where I'm going to. So I did that. I submitted. And then I think a few days later, I go, oh, congratulations. I'm like, are you serious? Imagine I didn't even take that opportunity and my coach did not nominate me. You need to get connected to coaches, mentors, seek help, build a community around yourself. And I think with all I've been able to share so far, you'd have been able to find some insights, inspiration, new information on how you can secure opportunities for yourself. And for the sake of time, I would have said, let me call out some platforms that are filled with opportunities that you can look out for. But I can share that on my social media timeline after the program. So thank you very much, everyone, for coming around. Thank you for listening. I really hope you got enlightened, you got value for your time. And also, if you have questions, please drop your questions so that we can quickly take your questions. If you have questions, drop them so that we can. I don't know how much time we have left,
Sorry
so
that
we can quickly take it.
power has gone off where I am. Sorry that I'm in the dark. My apologies. I'm in the office and they have made a power cut, but the power will be back very soon. Okay, so we have done 1 hour 4 minutes. Thank you to everybody. I mean, people have been dropping lots and lots of comments, and I do hope that they share the live stream also to their timeline. Guys, so if there is any question that you want to ask, but I have one question. If there is any question you want to ask, please drop in the comment section and I will bring it on screen. But there's one question I want to ask you,
Okay, sir.
Israel. Sometimes most of these grants and fellowships and scholarships are age, they are restricted regarding age. For example, I'm 43 now, and I don't know. I hardly find scholarships and and fellowships that allow people like my age to be part of it. What can you say about this? They seem to
Okay.
favor those who are in the 20s and the 18 and in the early 30s. It looks like now they're making me feel that I'm so old. Maybe I don't know. Tell me.
Yeah, actually, that's very correct. After a certain age, it becomes very difficult to access these opportunities. And some of us that were also approaching like the third floor and stuff like that, we're getting scared too because some opportunities are like 23. Once you're above 23, you can't get those opportunities again. Some 25, some 30. I think majority of them even stop at 35. That's the truth. That's the truth. So, but one thing that can actually work is if you have a network of trusted people, trusted younger persons around you, it can actually work. So that means that you will use them as your representatives. You use them. So what that means, probably there's an opportunity for somebody that's age 25 or below, somebody is 30 and below, and then maybe it's a grant for grants especially so you can just find the person can just be the mouthpiece. So as long as the person is compelling, can deliver, can communicate in very clear terms, so you can just use that person as the mouthpiece, but you are going to be the piper at the back, the person playing the tune. So the person just represents you. You tell the person what to do. The person has to have an idea about what you do also. So the person has to represent you. And for grant funding, the the funding actually goes to the company, not the person representing the company most times. So and then they always want to know that are you part of the company? So probably if you really trust the person, because in today's world now people are very greedy, selfish and wicked. So that's why I said trusted people that actually respect you, revere you. So you can use them as your foot soldiers when they represent you. You already your companies, they are just the loudspeakers. They go for these opportunities, and then they can get the grant for the company. Can get the grant for the company. Some of these opportunities also they are being gender considerate nowadays. So they be like women are strongly advised to apply. Women are strong. So that means sometimes even as a man you might qualify, but because women are strongly encouraged to apply, they might consider women above you. So that means you can be very wise and have women in some cases. So in your team, in the leadership team, you can have women. So when they ask questions about, oh, women are strongly encouraged to apply, the lady can come inside and be the face of the company. So, but then it must be a trusted person, because when people start getting exposed to fame, it gets into their head, they start misbehaving like they are the owner of the business now. They are the one that people know. So one has to be very considerate. Aside from that, I think it's actually very challenging to get opportunities for people that are over 40, but they are not impossible. But by having a strong network of young, enterprising, and trusted people, trusted youths, trusted young persons around you, you can actually take advantage of several opportunities for your companies, and a lot of them.
Okay, thank you guys. I don't know if there's another question. Somebody's asking, I want a fellowship for health, safety, and environment. I don't know if you've got opportunities for that.
Okay, well, we just need to check out on some of the platforms I talked about. I'll share them on my timeline after this program. So you can just check on the platform, just go on the platform, search for what you are. Although this health, safety, and environment is kind of very broad, we have health, we have environment, we have safety. So health is a wide one on its own. Even in the global goals, it's related to SDG 3, which is good health and well-being. We have environment, which can be linked to life on land, life in water, trees, and all these other ones. So they are very wide. So I don't really know what you are trying to do. Maybe it's an NGO, whether it's a startup that you are trying to do. So what you have to do is once I just check on those platforms, once I post them on my timeline, just check on those platforms and then search for them. You can use they have most of them have search bars. Just type into it what you are trying to do, health related or environmental related. These are areas that people are funding. There are lots of funding opportunities for them, especially for international companies. And then if you need support, help, you can always reach out to me in the DM. So if I have some in my own network, I can just share them with you and give more guidance with regards to that.
All right. Okay, guys. So they're asking for your social media handle. His name is Israel Alabi.
Yeah,
Israel
Alabi.
Alabi. Israel Alabi on so Israel, maybe you can tell us, I don't know how they can contact you, WhatsApp or whichever.
All right. Okay, on WhatsApp, my WhatsApp number is 081 41 26 9050. 081 41269050. That's my WhatsApp. And on every social media platform, Facebook and LinkedIn is Israel Alabi. Israel. A lot of people do make the mistake of E before A, but mine is A before E. Israel, Israel Alabi. So I have a picture of myself in suit, green suit as my profile picture. So once you just search for it, it will come out. And then on Twitter and I think Instagram too, it's the Israel Alabi, just THE in front, the Israel Alabi, and that's it. But I'm active, I'm more active on LinkedIn and Facebook. Those are my power social media platform. And then WhatsApp, everybody uses WhatsApp, so you can easily reach me there.
Okay, thank you everybody for being part of this session. Thank you, Israel, for
Thank you very much.
what you have dropped. Okay, let's say that those of us who are 43 and above, I don't know, let's go and be looking for, maybe we should create our own. Maybe I don't know
And
whether they're
sponsor
thinking.
us too as the Don can
Eh?
organize. You can sponsor us and give us opportunities and all.
Maybe we should start sponsoring our own. I don't know if they think that we are about dying, that they don't want to sponsor us again, or we don't have energy again. We're not like those who are playing football that have retired now. We still have energy,
That's true.
But anyway, God will do it for us. Thank you so much for the session. God bless everyone who tuned in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being part of it. Connect with him, explore a lot of opportunities, and see you gaining success in your business and in your personal life. All right. So thank you. It's been an impactful session. God bless you from me here in the city of Port Harcourt to everyone who tuned in. God bless you and do have a beautiful day. Ciao.
Bye.